Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Sunday, December 14th. 14 represents temperance. Temperance is alchemy. It is holding opposites, holding space for both. And in the traditional depiction, it is a mixing of both. And this is a process that is overseen by angels, Archangel Gabriel specifically. Temperance in the tarot is the card for Sagittarius. We are in Sagittarius season. I am a Sagittarius. So, the message that came through this morning, first and foremost, God shall place you front and center. Spotlight. So my feeling with this is that reward for what you've been working towards is arriving. Cause and effect. So cause has been your continued effort towards a goal, a rebirth that we initiated recently. All of the work that you put in to bring in that new timeline, to align with it, the reward, the effect, 222 from the universe is coming in. And you will be front and center of your reality. And everyone exists in their own reality because we are all unique. So if you have experienced a rebirth, a next chapter, you are the main character in this story. And that specific understanding will be or is quite profound for you. And it is that way because that's God's plan for you. You are the main character in your story. And you are stepping onto the stage. Okay, you are now, as of today, being placed into the spotlight. Center stage, full attention. Here we go. Next, angel numbers 888-000-111. Quote, when you have God, you have everything. End quote. Speaking of temperance, light and dark, we experience in this world energy that is of the light or is of love, and energies that is of darkness, are of darkness, that are of hate, pain, lack of love. Okay? Both polarities exist to give us free will so that we have a choice. They don't exist to punish us in any way. They exist to expand us. Okay? When you are standing with God, when you are standing in the light, you are powerful and supported. And in that position, you, as a being of God, as a warrior of the light, you will protect and defend any and all attack on love and innocence, sovereignty. And in doing so, you are standing with God. Now, the other side, the energies of darkness, they attack because they have to acquire your energy, your light, for sustenance. They do not create their own because they do not stand with God. Okay, they stand against God. They try to take God's energy, what God has created, for themselves, for their own power, to feed an endless pit. And it's a constant act of acquiring. There's never enough for this side. But when you stand with God, you have everything you need. When you stand with God, you have everything. You need nothing. You lack nothing because you experience connection, oneness, understanding of spiritual power, who you are as a spiritual being. You may not intellectually understand exactly how this works, but you feel it. You can feel it. You can feel when God enters the room. You can feel it. And there is no fear because there's no reason to fear. If you have God, you have everything you need. Next quote, they tried to get you out the way, so God is sending you straight to the bank. They tried to remove you, and they are going to be people or associations that are not of God, that are not connected to God, that are in a position of lack and a position of constant acquisition. Okay? Confirmation. So because you, whoever you are, stepped forward as a warrior of God, you are being promoted all the way. Like I said earlier, This is the response to your own actions. Okay? And those that wanted to crush you or take what you had, they will witness your departure. But it is not your demise. It is your promotion. Okay? You will no longer be available to their vampiric and parasitic needs. The next time they see you, you will be in the spotlight. You will be center stage. You will be abundant and fully in your power and in your reward, your position, your new position, because you've been promoted 1111 on the timer. Okay. Next, give God your first moments in the morning. Angel number 444. So the very next statement is the moment the universe says yes. When you give God your first moments in the morning, you are connecting to your higher self, your higher timeline, your higher experience, desired experience. And because this is where you're meant to be, the universe is going to support it. It's not the same as when you want something that isn't good for you. And everyone and their brother tells you, no, you can't have that. That's not your highest timeline. That's not taking you to your highest joy and your highest expansion. And every person that tells you no is actually working on behalf of God, trying to protect you, trying to give you a different direction to go in. Something that is more nourishing or expanding or elevating. When you're stepping onto that path on your own, you get a standing ovation from the universe. Okay? Next, surrender to God's plan. Quote, God removed you from places that you weren't valued and delivered you into a more prosperous environment. Whenever you aren't seen or valued, have no fear. God sees it all and will always deliver you where you are meant to be. End quote. I also pulled a few cards after this. The first one was Ace of Wands. And on this particular card, it was like a mushroom cloud with a rose in front of it. Roses represent purity, love, feminine passion, okay? The mushroom cloud is ignition, explosion, immediate and fast expansion. Spotlight. Spotlight for those that deserve the spotlight, and condemnation for those who have been perpetrating pain and destruction. It will happen simultaneously. Everybody gets their present. Okay? And then there was the Hanged Man, but in this particular deck, it was called something else. Anyhow, the figure was covered with yellow flowers. And what I saw was, you are covered with God, but you are in a moment of sacred pause because the world has to adjust. Okay? And it's a time of recalibration, 16, Tower. It's a time of recalibration when you are integrating your spiritual information, your life experience, and your physical body changes, okay? As your physical body comes into resonance with your consciousness, which has expanded, okay? It takes a minute. And then 10 of Cups, with the front cup, 10 of Cups being ultimate fulfillment, happiness, joy, everything. That front cup is on fire on this card. Just holy fire. With a fortress behind of cups. Loving support. So much strength here. So much strength. You are covered with God, growth, flowing emotion, and your soul is lit. How will you be received or perceived? As the blueprint. True self. You will inspire. You will inspire others to embody their blueprint, to be their true self, to be the main character in their life, to remove parasitic energies from their system and their reality. Period. Oh my God, I'm so sore from the move. I am having very interesting muscle pain. And it's relevant because everything in a reading is relevant. It feels like the muscle tissue between the ribs, where my pectoral muscle connects into, well, probably the deltoid, like this area. And then I have a space on my stomach that is the same. And it feels like ripping, burning. If you were to pull skin apart, that burning sensation as it stretches and tears, tearing. It's a tearing feeling. The heart space, solar plexus. This might actually be a physical experience of a timeline jump, because it's so fast that what you used to love or perceive as love has been removed, ripped away, to place you somewhere else. And solar plexus, this requires courage, confidence, and strength. Your confidence may be bruised, may have been bruised. You may have taken some hits in your movement forward, but you kept going. Wounded warrior, also Sagittarius. It's been a journey. And for everyone in their own way. 21, completion. But this is the next level. And there is an integration period where the physical tissue has to catch up to the elevated frequency. Okay? And it will cause a physical transformation. So allow both to circle back. Temperance, holding opposites. See opposites as necessary for growth so that you have a choice. If there's no choice, you just get what you get. But because there's a choice, you can empower yourself to choose what's best for you. And that's what you're doing. You might be bruised, and today is Sunday, God's day. You might be bruised, but God is putting you front and center. Main character. It's about to get very interesting. I hope that was helpful. I'm sending you all my love, and I'll talk to you soon.